perspective. Of course, the politics around the deal will continue. Let's shift focus to some domestic stories now. And Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, he's seen as the tallest Ahinda leader who represents the backward communities, the backward classes, who represents marginalized sections. But are Dalits and tribals getting a raw deal in Karnataka? CNN News 18 has managed to access documents which indicate that fund allocations to 7 SC/ST development corporations have been declining or stagnant during Siddaramaiah's time as Chief Minister. Even as heads of various boards and corporations were given cabinet rank. We ran that story just a few days ago. I think there's more members who have cabinet or MOS rank as chairpersons of various boards or commissions or corporations, etc. And the perks have gone up for all of these people than even MLAs. Budgetary support for welfare corporations linked to SC/ST communities have seen a downward trend.
Once they have declared the 5 guarantees, so we want to get money for that 5 guarantees. Regarding that case, slightly it has been decreased in some board and corporations, but not so much. There is no so much disparity, but I think a small disparity is there.
Okay, let's go for a straight face-off on this. GS Prashant, spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP, Bhavya Narasimhamurthy, spokesperson of the Congress in Karnataka. Bhavya, let me start with you first. I want to go through one or two big SC/ST welfare schemes under the Siddaramaiah government. The biggest one, of course, is the B.R. Ambedkar Development Corporation. The allocation in 22-23, when the BJP was in power, was 218 crores. In 23-24, after Mr. Siddaramaiah came to power, the allocation got reduced to 107 crores. Karnataka Adijambava Corporation, 22-23, BJP government allocation 148 crores. 23-24 allocation 105 crores. 25-26 allocation 89 crores. So for major SC/ST welfare corporations, boards, etc., schemes, etc., the allocations have been coming down. How do you explain that, ma'am?
So you're talking about the corporation, right? We have an act, and Karnataka was the first state to actually, implement this kind of an act and bring it up. And other than Karnataka, it's only Telangana and Andhra Pradesh who have this. It's called Karnataka Scheduled Caste Sub-Allocation and Tribal Sub-Allocation Planning, Allocation and Utilization of Financial Resources Act 2013, which was brought about when Siddaramaiah was the Chief Minister for the first time. According to this act, the state in every budget is going to allocate the funds in proportion to the population of the SC/ST community. So this is the first time in the history of the country any state has made anything like this. Now, you might say like one of the corporations or some of the corporations have got lesser amount, in allocation. But that depends on each year and the projects that these corporations have come up with. If you see overall, every year, the funds that has been allocated for SC/ST community during the previous BJP government, in 4 years, they had allocated 1.1 lakh crore. But Congress government in 3 years, just the past 3 years, we have spent 1.2 lakh crores. So when you see the overall budget kept for SC/ST community, it is definitely better than what BJP had.
But ma'am, tell me something. You are saying that, it is in proportion to the population. So the allocation is going down means there can be only one conclusion, that the population is going down. No, one second. Let me finish.
When it comes to SC/ST, there are corporations, there is ministry.
No, I haven't finished. You said that as per that act, it's allocated as per population. If the allocation is coming down, then that means only one thing, that the population is coming down. Are you saying that the SC/ST population in Karnataka is coming down?
I am saying the allocation for the population of SC/ST has not come down in total. There are many corporations, many boards, and also the ministry.
Okay.
When you take the total
I gave you 2 examples, right? Let me give you a few more examples.
Definitely more than BJP
hear me out.
spending.
Well, let me give you a few more examples. And these are drastic cuts. These are not 1 or 2 crore difference cuts, These are drastic cuts. Karnataka Bhovi Development Corporation. 22-23, when BJP was in power, allocation was 103 crores. 23-24, when Mr. Siddaramaiah comes to power, allocation is 55 crores. It's straight away reduced to half.
That's what I'm saying.
Safai Karmachari.
Now
hear me, please hear me.
You need to see the whole total.
Safai Karmachari Development Corporation. 22-23 allocation was 55 crores. 23-24 allocation is 40 crores. Have the number of Safai Karmcharis in Karnataka come down?
No, no.
Then why is the
There is
allocation
a
coming down?
ministry. We all know there is a ministry dedicated to social welfare, which deals with the communities, right? You need to take the whole budget, you know, the corporations and the ministry in total. Then you see what the BJP spent for 4 years is lesser than what the
Okay,
Congress spent in
Mr.
the past 3
Prashant,
years.
take a
You
holistic
get my
picture.
point?
You can't look
Holistic
at
picture.
individual corporations.
Because it depends on the
Holistic
projects.
picture.
It
Siddaramaiah
depends on the
government has
projects
spent more
taken up
money
by
on
each
SCSTs
corporation
in
and
3 years
ministry.
than your government spent in 4 years.
Zaka, firstly, they are still yet to come out and answer that what happened to 25,000 crores, that is 11,000 in the first year and 14,000 in the second year, belonging to SCP TSP, which is earmarked for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe development, which they have diverted for other guarantee schemes, which the Congress government has on record admitted that they had diverted because their contention was that even the SC/STs are beneficiaries in the guarantees. So though the act does not permit, they have diverted 25,000 crores over 2 years. They have diverted for other activities. The second point, why is the allocation going down? The mathematics is simple. You have 100 or 125 Congress workers being given the cabinet status, which means it will come with a lot of expenses on its own. You need to give him an office, you need to give him a driver, vehicle, etc., etc.
So exact number is 100, 136. Prashant, 1 second.
The money has to be diverted.
136 MLAs, 149 cabinet or minister of state ranks. There are more minister of state and cabinet ranks than there are Congress MLAs. That's the number. There you go. That's the number.
Exactly, Zaka, which is why, when you appoint so many people to the corporations and boards and guarantee committees, where will the money come from? The money comes from the taxpayers' kitty, and Karnataka taxpayers' money is being used for all these Congress workers being as a rehabilitation for Congress workers. And if that is not sufficient, they have probably used money which ought to have been spent for SC/ST welfare on their own party workers. So this depicts how Rahul Gandhi's Khatakat model is working here.
So
they really don't believe in empowerment of SC/STs.
So
only
Bhavya, so you have
don't even know
basically
what the
used
party was
SC/ST
carrying.
money to make chairman of corporations and chairman
Oh
of
my
boards.
God. See, I'm just giving you one very simple fact. What BJP government, your government, spent for the SC/ST community for the past for the 4 years that you ruled was 1.1 lakh crore. What the Congress government, the present one, has spent for the past 3 years, it was in rule, is 1.2 lakh crores.
No, you've made this data point
There is
before.
yeah,
You've made
there
this
is
data
no
point.
comparison.
Can
Why
you,
you even compare?
ma'am, can you
When we
please
are spending
explain
more for the
why you
community than
have
you do, when we are
more
more committed,
ministers of cabinet or
second.
ministers of state
can I just
rank
make 2
than
points?
than you have number of MLAs? Can we play that graphic again,
can I-
please? Yeah. Why do you have that?
when we have a whole act earmarked to make sure that SC/ST community are, even in the finances, even in the budget, it is according to their population proportion.
But ma'am,
And
again, I
first
asked
they
you, the
implemented.
allocation is
Why you
going
even
down. Does it
comparing
mean
two
population
different
is
things?
going down? No.
if you
Again,
want to-
you're making the same point,
if you
ma'am.
want to,
For
if you want to,
SC/STs, not
if you
Congress.
want to, then
BJP
it's always
increased the
welcome.
reservation.
If you want to criticize the act of the government in providing the Minister of State, that's a totally different issue. But connecting that to this,
No.
we have spent
Has
more
the
than the BJP
the
government.
BJP the BJP spokesperson made this charge. It's a charge you have to rebut, that money for SC/ST has gone instead to the chairman of corporations and boards.
That's what I'm saying. We have spent more than you did. For the past 4 years, what you did, we have spent it in just 3 years. We have spent more than you for the community. How can you even say something like
everybody
that?
agrees you
How
borrowed
can you
more.
actually bring that one this?
Everybody agrees
I'm
that
giving you a simple
Siddaramaiah has
fact. You tell me,
borrowed
okay,
record,
all I'm saying,
in record numbers. There is no dispute that Siddaramaiah has not borrowed. Borrowing
every
is highest
state
in
borrows.
Siddaramaiah's
Do you even know
tenure.
how much Narendra
So
Modi has
therefore,
bought?
No.
Okay, let's talk about
Bhavya, look at
borrowings.
the last year's
Let's
budget.
talk about borrowings, Prashant.
1,06,000
Let's
crores
talk
is what
about
you're borrowing. 1,70,000
Very good.
crores is what you're
Very
borrowing.
good point,
So
Prashant.
therefore,
Very good, Prashant.
no, it's not about very good.
I'll give you one more
Money
fact.
belonging
I'll
to
give you one more
SC/STs
fact.
for guarantee schemes, and the money that ought to have been spent on SC/ST welfare and SC/ST corporations have been used.
No, but
for
she is rebutting that.
Congress
Prashant,
workers.
she is
Let me-
rebutting
let me-
that. She is saying that is not the money diverted to ministers and cabinet.
Where is the taxpayers' money?
We have
there?
definitely spent
She's
more
saying
than
they've
the
spent
housing
more on
scam.
SC/ST.
You had the housing
Than you
scam.
did.
You had
For
the
4
Muda
years.
scam.
We are spending
Where is the
it
money
3
going?
years.
Where is the taxpayers' money? The prices
Listen,
of
Prashant,
every
if you let
essential
me speak,
commodity has
please.
gone up.
Okay.
Right from milk, the hospital OPD charges, to the stamp duty, every price of every essential commodity that hits the common man has gone up. You're fleecing the people of Karnataka by new taxes, yet you are
So-
not able to fulfill the promises made to the people.
Cess
And
is
you
high.
divert SC/ST money
Petrol
Prashant was
excise
speaking about
is
borrowing.
high. State
Can
taxes
I please talk
on
about it?
fuel and
Prashant
alcohol
is
are
talking.
high. Prices of essential
Prashant,
commodities are
can I
high.
please
All of
speak?
this, yes,
Can I please
yes,
speak?
yes. But your
Yeah.
final word, yeah. Have to
Prashant
wrap up.
was talking about the borrowings. When Narendra Modi came to power in 2014, India's borrowing was 55 lakh crores. Like for the past this many years since independence, India's borrowing was 55 lakh crores. And today India's borrowing is 220 lakh crores. In the past 11 years, 12 years.
Expenditure for
That he
the
was in
last 3
power.
years is
And you're talking
33
about
lakh crores,
borrowing.
Bhavya.
Okay.
You have no
Okay, I got to
idea
wrap up.
Shame
Thank you very
before
much
even,
to
you
GS
know, talking
Prashant and
about
Bhavya
borrowing.
Nandamurthy. Thank you very much. Hopefully, the people of Karnataka will get better answers from their government on this question.